going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now,
Jimothy.
Now, ladies and gents, I thought I would showcase a very fun deck out of Battle of Legends Armageddon. Now, I'm still waiting on a few of these cards, ladies and gents, but for the most part, I've got most of the core and most of what you see here in front of you. So let's just go straight through the deck profile just to show what I'm playing and kind of like discuss my theory behind this deck. Now, to start us off, I've got two kind of like pseudo main deck boss monsters that kind of do various things depending on the situation. Obviously, Abominable Unchained can just jump out your hand and blow up a card on the field, and Dino Wrestler Pancratops is kind of like a 2-for-1 in a sense, especially if you go in second. I've got these two in just because I don't want to solely rely on the Appliancer engine, which is the deck that I'm obviously profiling for today. So I've got these two in just to kind of help me out. I'm also running double Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit just to remove some stuff from the field, because this deck is definitely not a deck that is complete by any stretch of the imagination. It does need a few more pieces to it. But getting into the Appliancer stuff, we are running the triple socket roll. This card is nice. So basically, if another copy of itself is special summoned from your hand, you can then special summon another copy from the deck. So it's just basically like special, and it combos well with one of the other cards that I'll go through in a moment. Next, we have Appliancer Breaker Bunkle. So basically, he just allows one of your cards to not be destroyed by battle. It's a quick effect, so you can pitch it from your hand to the graveyard, basically, just to kind of like protect your monsters on field. We've also got Appliancer Copy Buckle. This is the card that combos well with your socket roll. So basically, you can normal summon your socket roll, use Copy Buckle's effect to target your socket roll, and it becomes socket roll, so it special summons itself to the field, which then allows you to special summon another socket roll from your deck. So it's crazy synergy, basically being able to go into at least a link 2 and a link 1 on your first turn. And just running after monsters for the rest of the hand traps, I'm running double effect Veiler. Now for the spells, I'm running triple Appliancer reuse. This is not a once per turn, ladies and gents, and it's just basically an archetype monster reborn that also recycles your resources back into the deck rather than them going to the graveyard when they leave the field. So very useful. Definitely run that at 3. We're also running one Appliancer test. So you can target a link monster you control, special summon as many link 1 Appliancer monsters from your graveyard as possible to zones that monster points to, but then banish them during the end phase. So if you've got your link 2 on board, you can easily activate this, get 2 link 1s, and then potentially link up into a link 4 depending on situation. But definitely useful. I would only run this at 1. It's a bit of a brick, to be honest, because if you don't have a link 2 on board, which is the only monster in this deck, or the only link monster in this deck that points downwards, you're kind of like stuck. So definitely a one of. Part of Avarice, obviously. Terraforming, because the field spell is really good. Triple Core by the Grave. You don't want any of your stuff getting ashed, especially the ones that summon from deck. And as you can see, we've got Machine Dupe in here, so we don't want that to not resolve, basically. Triple Appliancer Lyrical World. So this card's actually quite good. So basically, when you activate this card, you can add an Appliancer from your deck to your hand. Also, when you link summon an Appliancer link monster, you can add an Appliancer monster from your graveyard to your hand, and that doesn't specify main deck, so you can actually recycle some of your extra deck monsters, which is really good. And also, when your Appliancer monster declares an attack, you can move one Appliancer monster you control to another of your main monster zones, which can be very useful depending on which one you are moving, because this does do a lot of moving around. Next up, to supplement this, now this deck definitely needs some more support. 100%. It's not complete. You've got a major problem with getting your link 2 on board, as well as some of your other ones. So you do need to kind of like buffer this deck with either some heavy spells and traps or some better monster support. So I am running actually double Last Wind, which is really powerful, especially in this deck, as well as double Solemn Strike, which I think is probably one of the best ones to run. I'm also running 2 Machine Dupe, which you've seen before, 1 World Legacy World Crown for another negate, because you do link summon a lot and you can actually special summon this to a zone a link monster points to. And I'm also running triple Parallel Exceeds, as well as 4 Mud Skipper and a Raigeki for good measure. Nothing really needs to be said about those. Next up on the extra deck, we are running our appliances, let me just sort this to make sure that we're right. So with our appliances, we start with the link ones. We got appliance kappa scale, so this is really good. It allows you to tribute itself to special summon one appliance monster from your graveyard onto the field, especially as most of your link 1 appliance monsters either point up or diagonally up. It's a bit of a situation where you need to get others on field, and this kind of helps you to do that. Only a one of, I haven't really seen a problem with running him any more than that, so yeah, 1 for me. 1 appliance Dry Drake. This just allows you to switch 2 of your appliances in the damage step. So really powerful. Appliance Vacuum. So this allows you to just pop a monster on the field if this card is co-linked. You can also discard a card and just pop a card on the field, so really good. Very slept on this one is. We have the main boss daddy, which is Appliance Laundry Dragon, well, second boss daddy. He can banish an opponent's monster after damage calculation, which is really good, and you don't take damage with this monster. So if your opponent decides to attack into him, both the monsters will get blown up, but your opponent will take damage equal to that monster's attack. And the amount of times that this has happened, mainly because just Yu-Gi-Oh players in general just do not read cards. So yeah, really powerful. Also, double Saltopus. This card is crazy, but it's only crazy when it's got monsters that are effectively plugged into it. So Saltopus basically allows that any monster that's co-linked can gain 1000 attack equal to the number of co-linked monsters. So you can imagine Laundry Dragon, when he attacks, if you've got Saltopus co-linked with him as well as one of your other appliance monsters, you can actually get him up to 3500 attack, which is a bit of a beast. So you can attack over one of your opponent's monsters, banish it, and he just gives that attack boost. Also, it can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Also, during damage, if it's obviously co-linked, during damage calculation, if an appliance monster you battle, you can just blow it up. It's just crazy. Just blow up an opponent's monster, send it to the graveyard. It's crazy. Also running Double Bite Dragon, just because you do a lot of link summoning and you can get him on the field, can be a problem to remove, although he's a little bit weak. So I've thought about actually kind of like changing him out. I haven't thought about what I put in as yet. 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Update Jammer, 1 Crusadia Equimax, just to punch things in the face real quick. 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and the boss daddy Unchained Abomination. I actually use Update Jammer to go into him, and he just can blow stuff up for free. It's absolutely crazy. And then obviously we've got the extra deck. So ladies and gents, that is the deck, and this is the deck that I'm actually building IRL. I'm just waiting on a few more of the cards. It does need a lot of support, but boy oh boy is it a lot of fun. But anyway, we find ourselves at the end of another video. Were there anything that you think could have been included in a deck profile like this? If so, get at me in that comment section below. And as always, if you did like this content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will definitely see you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.